On a scale of 1 to 1,000. 1 to 1,000. 1 being the lowest, 1,000 being the highest. How numbers, work.
Yeah.
How screwed are the Browns, Tom? How screwed are the Browns?
Probably say like 997.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, baby. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is a G. P. Yes. And we got some breaking news. Past like hour and a half. It was reported that Deshaun Watson, QB for the Cleveland Browns, is out for the season. Will need surgery, broke a bone in his shoulder. And which is actually kind of crazy. The fact that that dude went 14 for 14 like in the second half, and they think he broke it in like the first quarter. That's wild.
But, yeah. So why wouldn't they just let him finish the season? I mean, obviously he plays better with a broken shoulder. Yeah. I'm not going to question medical science, but doctors are stupid, is what I'm saying.
And
never met a smart doctor in my life.
And we are off. So yeah, there's so much to talk about, and I want to be like very, very clear. Browns fans, I am so sorry.
Yeah, you don't deserve this, Browns fans.
They have just been beaten and grinded down. And it is just, oof. Whether it was getting Deshaun Watson in the first place, and that obviously caused some issues. Then it was Nick Chubb out for the season. Then Deshaun Watson, he's like dealing with this injury. You win with PJ Walker for a bit. Josh Dobbs gets traded out. He's doing well. But then when you actually have hope and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Like maybe we've turned our QB woes around because they came back. They won in that second half. And it's over now.
They're done.
Like it is just, for the fans, man, like it's rough.
The Browns might be the most we can never have anything nice franchise in sports history.
Yeah.
They just might never get another shot. And I think we're all going to be rooting for PJ Walker.
Absolutely.
Everybody loves PJ Walker. I just don't think he can carry them through the playoffs if they do get to the playoffs and they have a chance to get there.
Yes.
It's crazy because the Browns essentially they went all in for this season, right? They restructured Watson's deal a little bit, freed up some money, made that defense what it is today, which is just suffocating defense.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time Deshaun Watson starts to play well, something happens. And he started to play well, but he was hurt. And so through 2 seasons, Watson will have finished with 6 games played. And this season, he's not even suspended for 11 games. So biggest contract ever. And so far, you're getting 12 games from him through 2 seasons. And now that Russell Wilson trade is looking a lot better, ain't it?
It can't touch this. It can't touch this. By the way, happy birthday, Ricky. Hope you have a great day. Let's go, baby.
Oh, happy birthday, Ricky.
Happy birthday. I do want to talk about, of course, like what this means for the Cleveland Browns and why, like, legit they are screwed, but they could still make the postseason this year.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a matter of, like, that's a weird sense to say, like, oh man, they're screwed, but they can still go to the playoffs. Because they're, like you said, their defense is so good. We showed their offense can win. Like, they can win against good teams with that offense. And that's without Nick Chubb. But it's the fact that they went all in on this season, and this is what your future looks like. Like, let me move this super chat for a second. Like, this is what this looks like. So
you
they
reap
went
what you sow.
you went all in this year, right? And that's why it's so low. The next 3 years, you're paying him nearly $64 million. And yes, Nick Chubb is going to be back. That's going to be great. But this is also going to handcuff your team. Like, yes, the salary cap is going to go up, but man, like, you are going to be limited on how much that you could do. And that's some scary stuff because you traded the farm for him, and it's bad now. It's bad.
How they gave him all of that as guaranteed money, I will never understand.
It's the worst and so this is why it's so difficult, Perna, because it's like you and I are on the same page. We always advocate for players going to get their money, right?
Yeah.
You only have so much time, like go get your money. And they talk about like the NBA, you talk about like MLB, you talk about all these other leagues and how they structure their contracts and fully guaranteed money. This is the kind of stuff that terrifies owners, but this also was just a bad deal from the beginning.
Yeah.
But this is the
for
kind of stuff that
multiple reasons.
Yes, the people are going to point at and go like, well, this is why they're not going to get guaranteed contracts. Johnny Winfield!
Yep. Okay. Don't have hope, Cleveland. You are doomed forever. Honestly, there's only, in my opinion, okay, there's only one man. There's two men. There's two men who could have saved the Browns this season. One, his name was Joshua Dobbs. And those dumb fucks in Cleveland traded him to Arizona for nothing. Oh, let's having a backup QB. That's not a smart plan. All right, fine. Okay, get rid of him. You still survived. Your team is just insanely talented. Okay, whatever. But I swear to God, if they do not call this other gentleman to save their team, I'll never root for the Browns again. And the only man who can save Cleveland.
Oh, no.
When I say natural family planning, many people probably wonder what in the world is that? And it was a fancy word for no contraception. You do it all off your wife's cycle and what days she's most fertile, what days she's not fertile. So therefore you can together either really try to have a child or really not.
For every accusation Deshaun Watson faced, one man, Phillip Rivers.
Just one river now. He's just one
river. Man, Phillip Rivers, can produce a single child. 26 kids by the time it's all said and done is my prediction for Rivers. Go get him, Cleveland. That's your savior.
What does that have to do with football?
Just reminding people of what Deshaun Watson was accused of by 26 different people.
Joey, appreciate you. Thank you for the fitty, buddy. I appreciate you.
Because, I don't know. He's down with an injury.
Season. I don't know how long the recovery, but he's out for the whole year. So that's gone now.
He's got to get surgery. It's a broken thing in
his throwing shoulder,
the socket where you do this.
So like he was told though too, because he's been having issues like all year, and he was told like, hey, like you go out there, but if you get hit, like there's a chance it all falls apart, and it all fell apart. So don't worry, we'll talk about Ken Dorsey too.
That's why he has to end his season, because if he gets hit again, it could actually just blow up his entire shoulder. So
yeah. Well, I mean, so if you're the Cleveland Browns, because I do want to talk about legitimate, like they are screwed.
Yeah.
What do you do now for this season and for like following seasons when you are going to be handcuffed to Deshaun Watson?
You're welcome, Timothy.
There you go.
Yeah. What do they do? I don't know. I mean, they're stuck. They're more stuck with him than the Broncos were with Russell Wilson. And I do want to talk about Russell Wilson today at some point, but
we will.
Hey,
happy birthday, JR.
And I will say, you showed the graphic, 63 million. That's the cap hit, right? By like 2025, 2026, I don't think those cap numbers are going to be that bad, just because the shit goes up so much every year. So,
it doesn't go up that much, though.
It won't be that bad, but you have to ask, like, what's Watson going to be? What level is he going to be playing at in 2025, 2026? Yeah. Will it be worth it there? You just don't know. Because so much of what he does is predicated off of his athleticism, extending plays, and you just wonder, another injury. And he had a high ankle sprain in this game too. So he had another injury, and now it's like, what level will he play at, and can he stay healthy? I don't know if he can do either of those things by that time.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Do the Texans
The Texans
got so lucky twice. But they got lucky twice, and then they made the right coaching hire this offseason. They finally did. They got rid of Jackoff Easter Bunny. That has really helped them quite a bit in their I think just culture and how they approach building their team. But even before we knew anything about Deshaun Watson, remember, he wanted to be traded before that emerged. He requested to be retraded. He was threatening to hold out if he wasn't traded. And it was like a week or two after he wanted to be traded, then all of those allegations came out. So, they got rid of him. They got the farm for him.
Appreciate you,
and they won the last game of the season out of a spite, and they landed CJ Stroud. And now the Texans they're going to be good for a very long time.
The Texans, like you said, they got like the most. If you want to look at it just from a Texans perspective, it's one of the best trades for their franchise. But it also adds into how bad of a trade it was. Because, like, theoretically, the Browns could have turned around and they could have gotten CJ Stroud. Like, they could have turned around and been like, all right, let's trade up. Let's trade the farm. And then they could have had a guy, like, but again, it's all hypothetical now. But, dude, like, it's rough. It's rough. And just I'm looking at their salary cap right now. It's not great. It's not great, Bob.
Not great.
Oh, there you go, Jacob. That's awesome that you went to the game. Let me show you this here.
Oh, a Dolphins fan. Nice, Jacob.
Right.
You're welcome, Miami. You're welcome, Dolphins fans.
So this is 2023, so this is right now, right? So hold on, let me zoom in a little bit more just to make it a little bit more clear. Boop, boop, boop. Okay.
So the Amari Cooper move the Browns made, that was genius. That was a great move.
They're paying
He's still
him a
very
lot of
good.
money, but that's all right. So this is 2024. Right? So they're expecting it, right, to have $6 million in cap space. And Amari Cooper is still going to be a lot, but Deshaun Watson, man, that thing is going up. His cap number right there, literally $23, away from $64 million. And, like, Cooper's a lot. Garrett's a lot. Like, Chubb, 16. Denzel, like, these guys are starting to hit for a lot.
And honestly, like, one of the last injuries I want any quarterback to have is a shoulder injury, right? Like,
there's
a QB, like, they tear their ACL, they can come back from that. The shoulder, they use it every time they throw the ball. So, yes, he can get it corrected. Then there's going to be the rehab process, but then there's just the mystery of, like, is he going to throw the same? Is that going to affect the way he throws? Like, you don't know with a shoulder injury.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a tough one.
So the Browns just going for, like, next year is probably not going to be fun. But again, you have Chubb back. It's just like, I don't think you're going to be able to make too many moves. So you better hope that the team that you have right now is sticking around for a bit, for next season. And then the issue is also, back to the point about making the playoffs, but also being screwed. That's not where the Browns want to go. Like, to make a move like they did for Deshaun Watson, we're all in for the Super Bowl. That's a Jets, like, making a trade for Aaron Rodgers, and still, that's a better move, even though the guy is significantly older. He tore his Achilles, right? He might be coming back around Thanksgiving time, but it's like, all right, well, this year's going to suck, but then next year, if he's back and he's healthy, like, we're going to be rocking. You're still waiting to see any ROI that's positive on that Deshaun Watson trade, and it's not coming.
Yeah. You say Collinsworth?
So, Chris, why do you think those girls really like you?
I think probably because of the money, and I'm not going to deny it. I walk around with $100 bills hanging out of my pockets usually.
God, he would have been a perfect receiver for Deshaun Watson.
Bills. I want to talk about the Bills now. I don't think Pittsburgh's winning the division, though. I don't think so. And apparently, that's the rumor that DTR is going to start.
Ooh, Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
He was dealing with issues too. He was injured.
Yeah, he had a nice preseason, rough outing when they threw him out there to start. But that could be a silver lining for Cleveland.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Sure, DTR, do it.
But that's the thing. I don't think you were going to have that level of stupidity
Yeah.
for a while. Like,
And honestly, like, I'm fine with guaranteed contracts. Like, I really am.
sure.
Just not for Deshaun Watson.
And also what you gave up to get him. Like,
And
also
yeah, for the
you know,
trade.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I
that's
hear you.
fair, Edgar.
I hear you.
I
Like-
keep that in mind as well.
Brandon, let's talk about the Denver Broncos. The man who predicted it probably couldn't have
Doubled
predicted,
and tripled down on it, by the way.
and it probably shouldn't have happened. but-
Well, come on now. Come on now.
No, I'm gonna give the defense credit. Cortland Sutton with the catch of the year. I'm gonna give him all the credit right now. Russell Wilson. What's interesting? I think you may have retweeted that. Like his stats, if you look at the box, like she is amazing. You're like, wow, like he played really well. And it was kind of like, no, both offenses were not good. Like they were not.
I understand Seahawks fans better than I ever have before.
Persuade.
So anything I said criticizing Seahawks fans about their takes on Russell Wilson, where I may have been an asshole, I apologize. I really, really apologize because I get it. I get it. And you have to watch a full game, a full game with one dangerous Wilson to truly to know. And I figured it out. I finally figured it out with Russell Wilson.
Happy birthday, Jay. Hope you have a great day.
Whatever your opinion about Russell Wilson as a quarterback is, it's not accurate. It's wrong. You're dead wrong. Think he's bad? Wrong. Think he's great? Wrong. Think he's average? Wrong. Elite? Wrong. Below average? Wrong. Good? Wrong. He is all of those things. He is none of those things. He is the yin and the yang. He is water.
Hope it helps.
He is water.
He's water.
He is always moving. He is always still. He is the life force, and he is the death force. That game with Russell Wilson it's so funny too because he won in they got the win in prime time, and he had the highlight throw, right? The throw to Cortland Sutton. That's a highlight throw.
Oh yeah,
a nice little flick to Samaje. Did a couple of those. Basically, in my eyeballs, okay, Russell Wilson made one incredible play, which was the throw to Cortland Sutton. 2 to 3 very solid plays. 2 to P. Ryan, third down conversion to Jerry Jeudy. Other than that, you go look at that game, you're like, what the fuck did Russ really do?
Yeah.
His average depth of target was like less than 5 yards.
So that was really funny. Coleman went on Twitter because I saw this. Coleman went on Twitter and was like, guys, like the Browns, Deshaun Watson didn't do much. Like he barely threw the ball. I think he threw it like 3 times, like in the second half over. And people were attacking him for that. But now we found out it was because he was hurt. But like that's why you can't just look at the box score and like look at the stats, because like Jordan Love, his box score looks god awful from the Pittsburgh game. I'm like, honestly, that's probably one of his best games.
Yeah, it's hard. You got to watch the whole game to like really get a beat on what's going on, because not all throws are equal. And what Russ does well is he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's very safe with the football. Even last year when stuff was bad, like he was pretty safe with the football outside of like maybe 2 games when everything was just going wrong. Okay. And he's going to give you a clutch or incredible play. He's going to give you 1 to 2 incredible plays pretty much every game. And those always show up, right? They're highlight worthy plays. So if you don't watch it, you see him do that. You're like, damn, that guy's insane. He's an insanely talented quarterback. But if you go 60 minutes with Russ, you question everything you know about the sport of football. Okay. So I admit, I'm embracing it with Russ. All right. I love it. I hate it, but I love it. I am right about him. I am wrong about him. And that changes not like within a game or week to week. It's fucking play to play, Tom.
It is play to play.
Play to play with that man.
No, but I think that's been a lot of quarterbacks this year. I feel like
that's fair.
especially
this year's nuts,
with this offense, it is check down, dump off, wide receiver screen. Like, just like duplex, right? There's not too many deep shots unless you are like, for example, the Dolphins, Joe Burrow still throw. Like there are still teams that do it, and like CJ Stroud. But at the end of the day, like I feel like that's kind of been where a lot of offenses are. And unless you are like an elite quarterback, but even the elite quarterbacks aren't playing very elite this year. So
Yeah, no, that's fair.
there's a lot going into what you just said, but yeah, I totally get it. Because you're just like, who's going to show up? I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see.
Don't know. And I think like the biggest tell about Russ's limitations is the way Sean Payton calls the offense. They're running the ball a lot. And they were not running particularly well against the Bills, but they still had well over 30 carries in that game. Let's see here. Broncos, Bills.
So
And there's two.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to show you something. So it's based off of what you're talking about. It's true. I saw this on the Packers subreddit. So shout out to them.
38.
I saw this, and this just like goes to show, and again, it's not all encompassing, but it just goes to show how much of a week by week league this is. Like, this is against like the Broncos. I don't know why that's zooming out, but this is against the Broncos, right? Last 3 QBs. Which one's Jordan Love? That's Josh Allen, Patrick Holmes, and Love.
He was the top one.
Yeah, he's the top one.
Yep.
Like, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, that means Jordan Love better than Patrick Mahomes. But what I'm saying is just, one, the Broncos defense has gotten better. And two, what I thought was like, oh, it can't get worse than this. We just lost to the Broncos. They're the team that had 70 points scored on them. They're so bad, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, I know the Bills are struggling, but maybe it's not so doom and gloom.
And there's 2 questions I really have about the Broncos right now. Their defense has been a lot better. But even in this Bills game, they gave up nearly 200 rushing yards.
Yeah.
And they had 0 sacks on Josh Allen. Okay. So those 2 things concern me a little bit. But the reason they can get away with it, and 38 carries against the Bills. So Sean Payton knows, don't ask Russ to do too much. You keep Russ in check by just running the freaking ball. And Pete Carroll knew that. And Russ kept wanting to change things. He wanted to win MVP. He wanted all those things that we heard rumors about. It was true. Keep him in check, and you can win games. It's not going to be pretty, but you got a shot. Now, here's what's crazy. Here's the best thing the Broncos do right now. It is even when their drive does not result in points, okay? Even when their drive doesn't result in points, they eat away clock.
Yes.
So, like, the Broncos on like 5 or 6 plays can eat 4 minutes off the clock.
Yes.
And that is going to keep them in games. Like the Bills, all 3 of the Bills' touchdown drives happened in 3 minutes.
They did.
Okay, they scored incredibly fast. It was like 301, 320, 340. The Broncos would have like a 6-play drive that took like 4 or 5 minutes off the clock and resulted in just a punt. And that's a painful thing to watch. It is boring football.
Yes.
But it is helping this team. It keeps the defense fresh. It allows teams to not score 70 fucking points on you. And that's why they've won 3 games. They're not great yet, but they're building on something. So I'm back into like, I don't love the way they win, but I love that they're winning. And let's just see what they do against the Vikings this week. No hard feelings, Minnesota. No hard feelings.
So you just cursed the Vikings?
I didn't curse them. I said no hard feelings. Just showing them all love for Minnesota. Anyway.
So I want to talk about the Bills because, again, for Bills fans, that is probably one of the worst ways to lose a football game that I have seen in a good while. Yes. Just in terms of if you turned it on the very end and was like, oh, I didn't think this game was going to be too good. And that's what you see. That is heartbreaking.
Yeah. But Bills fans are like, yeah, we've seen worse. We've seen worse ways to lose.
No, you've definitely seen worse, especially if you're an older Bills fan.
Yeah.
But there was a kind of feeling of like, is this going to lead to something? Like somebody's got to go now. Like somebody's got to be the fall guy. Somebody's got to do it.
Got to have
Ken
a
Dorsey,
fall guy.
Who a lot of Bills fans were like, need to get him out. You got him out. And it's going to be a matter of, okay, they're talking about head coaching positions, like maybe being a little hot seat. There's, of course, Josh. You know what? You know who I have to apologize to? I got to apologize to Scooter.
Oh.
Because Scooter in the beginning of the year, I just don't think he likes Josh Allen, but he was like really riding that Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, like the Josh Allen interceptions and turnovers really get overlooked compared to Dak, which I agree, which is 100%, because anything Dak does
Dak
negative,
can't hurdle anybody.
yeah, it's blown away. And like Josh, he can run and stuff like that. But last year, I feel like Josh Allen's turnovers and mistakes got written off because he was injured, right? He was playing injured through, like, especially that back half of the season. But now it's like, oh, this is bad. Like, it's gotten to a point where it really is like the Brett Favre of this generation of you are going to live and die by Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And it's when it's bad, it's bad.
Well, it's bad because the offense just isn't scoring as many points as they used to.
Yep.
Like the Bills' 3 touchdown drives were very impressive. If you just look at those from the offense in that game, you're like, damn, that offense is very good. But 4 other drives resulted in turnovers. 1 interception that was not Josh Allen's fault. 1 fumble that was not Josh Allen's fault. 1 fumble that was Josh Allen's fault, and 1 interception that was Allen's fault, but also a great play by the Broncos defense. So Ken Dorsey going, it allows whoever's going to make the final call there, Brandon Beane, to decide what he does with Sean McDermott. Because if the new offensive coordinator comes in and does a better job at the in-game play calling, the in-game adjustments that I think Brian Dable did really well for the Bills, they got to find out if they got another guy to do that.
Very true.
Because I think Sean McDermott is a good head coach, but he is a good head coach as long as his 2 coordinators are rock solid. Unlike, I don't know, a lot of why you want offensive-minded head coaches is because if the offense is struggling, he can take over play calling. Him and an OC can exchange duties and navigate and collaborate there. So, and I think that's what the Bills need, like with a guy like Josh Allen as your quarterback. Ben Johnson should be their next head coach, but
dude, that'd be insane. Ben Johnson makes so many teams better, but
I also think Ben Johnson needs to just stay in Detroit until the job is done, until the Lions win a Super Bowl. I think coordinators leave for head coaching jobs too quickly.
So, real quick, which Sean are we talking about, Peyton or McDermott?
Oh, McDermott.
I mean, I think you can 1,000,000% win with Josh Allen. Like he does. Like someone.
Oh no! Sorry, I didn't understand the question there. He doesn't want another QB.
Like you can win with him. Yeah. Like he could go win football games. It's just that, and now it's Bills fans. I get it because the Packers are going through the same exact thing. Because Trayvon Diggs, he tweeted out that Josh Allen didn't start going off until Stephon Diggs got
Trayvon Diggs needs to shut up.
So hold on, it gets worse. So Christian Watson's family from the Packers, because he's been in a slump, they've been out on Twitter and they're saying a whole bunch of stuff, and like Packers Twitter's interacting with them, and it's just like this is such a mess. But this is what happens when teams are bad and or struggling. Yeah. Everybody comes out of the woodwork. And everything is going to be heightened and blown up and be like, nope, that's going to be even worse. Like, that's going to be even worse. Now you got family members who are tweeting about it. It's it's not a good time.
You want to help your brother out? Yeah, let's talk shit about his quarterback and put more pressure on them. Yeah. That's what they need.
It's not good.
It's silly. Here's what nobody's like mentioning is who's the best quarterback you think in the league right now? Is it CJ Stroud? This week, this month? Put him on the cover of Madden and let's see if he's any good. Because Josh Allen is fighting through the Madden curse. Okay. He may be healthy, but he's fighting through the Madden curse. And we can't overlook that. Only 2 guys who really survived the Madden curse as quarterbacks that we know are still good, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes. So until you go on the Madden cover and then are also good afterwards, it's the only way to tell if a quarterback's good.
Hey, Robert, happy birthday.
Hell yeah,
birthdays
Robert.
Today. There's a ton of birthdays in the chat. Let's go, man.
Love it.
Let's do it. But so for the Bills, because now it's like, never, I think that was the comment too, like never recovered after 13 seconds. I think Timothy said that. I think that there
If-
are.
If Dable's the QB whisperer, Dan Jones might be deaf. What? What, Brian? Why do I still suck then?
The
Oh.
headset's broken. The headset
Couldn't
has
hear the
to be
whispers.
broken.
Sorry to interrupt again.
I think no, you're good. Denver Sean, got it. See,
Yeah, Sean Payton definitely wants a different QB.
Yeah, he's wanted a new
guarantee
quarterback since he walked in. Like the Bills, I feel like their 13 seconds is very similar to like the Packers championship game against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Like it is such a bad loss. Like it was their year of like they could go and it didn't work out. Like it things happen and it sucks. But Dalton Kincaid, who has gone against the expectation that rookie tight ends can't be productive, or usually not productive, I should say. Sam Laporta and Dalton Kincaid have done a really nice job this season, kind of being like, nope, there are outliers, 100%. Because they're just getting Kincaid involved also. It has not made the offense like significantly better to the point where it's like, oh, they're functioning. Because I think the Bills, it is a drive-by-drive basis. Especially watching that Broncos game, and I've watched them in primetime a lot this season. It is, they can score in under 3 minutes like you're talking about, and that's when they always look their best. I'm not talking about the end of the game, like, when defenses are playing lax. It always seems that the Bills, it was against the Jaguars too, whenever they go hurry up and it's just quick, they find a way to get down the field quickly. And for some reason, they just don't have that kind of urgency a lot. And I don't know if you blame that on offensive coordinator. I don't know if you blame it on the scheme. I don't know what you even look at, because there's things that are wrong with the Bills offense, but good God, they have so much talent on that team. And it's like, where is there a disconnect? Is it the turnovers? Like, do they just need to stop turning the ball over? Because I think they probably win that game, right? If they don't turn the ball over that much.
Sure.
Hell, they win that game if 11 men go out on the field. But it's also, and I mean this with all due respect, I'm not trying to be a douche, it is against the Broncos, right? The Bills' expectation was they were going to be phenomenal this year. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm saying the Broncos are better, right? They're not
I know
a bad football
it's
team.
not that complicated. I don't think it's that complicated. I think Ken Dorsey was trying to get Josh Allen to be a safer quarterback.
Okay.
And in doing so is taking away some of the things that makes Josh Allen special. And also by trying to make him safer, it's still like he's still going to have the turnovers or whatever. And I think Tom Brady's also trying to sabotage Josh Allen. Okay? Josh Allen's on Tom Brady's podcast. They're chatting with each other, okay? Tom's giving him advice about how to be a quarterback. Tom Brady said you shouldn't run as much as you do. Preserve your longevity. Wrong, Josh Allen. Wrong. Let Josh Allen run the ball more like he did in his best seasons. Just 246 rushing yards this season. Still has 7 touchdowns. So they let him run in the red zone. Mm-hmm. Let the man run the freaking football more. Let him take as many deep shots as he wants downfield and get that wild Bills offense going again. It's his completion percentage this season, I think, is one of his best ever. And their offense is not better because of it. Okay? 70%. He's completing 70% of his passes. So what's he's doing? He's throwing those bullshit short passes nobody wants to see anyway. 4 downs. Let me watch Josh Allen throw it 60 yards each of those times. And I don't even care if none of them are complete. He will start hitting. Let him throw the damn ball anywhere he wants. That's what Brian Dable did. He just said, do whatever you want, Josh.
Just do it. Just
Hurdle
do
it,
it.
dude.
Like, it just seems like a very different offense from the offense that played the Chiefs, like, in that game. Because that was a game where it's like they could score at any second. And they still have that potential. It just feels like it's severely limited now.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, Max Crosby should be. Why isn't he? I think he plays on a Raiders team that doesn't get a lot of press.
They had Josh McDaniels. I think it's too because like their defense isn't.
It's not bad. I mean,
it's not bad. Their defense is better this year, but it's not like an elite defense yet.
Well, so right now He is 4th in sacks. He has 9.5 behind Danielle Hunter, Myles Garrett, and TJ Watt. So that's why those guys are going to get it. And then tackles total, he is... I don't even see him on this list. He's deep down there.
Yeah, he has I think he leads the league in pressures.
Yeah, probably does. I mean, he's had a great season. No, he 100% should. I just think,
but he's led the league in pressures 2 years ago too.
I mean, that is a thing of you are just consistently good. That it kind of gets taken for granted by the media, especially if the Raiders aren't covered a lot. That makes sense.
Let's see here. Total pressures, Crosby 58. So he's ahead of Parsons, Hutchinson, Hendrickson, Bosa, Watt, Sweat. 10 sacks. So he's also ahead of Parsons, Hutchinson, Bosa. Watt has 11.
Yeah. So Tua is another one too. Yeah. The Dolphins, I feel like it's always centered around when in the media, national media, it's centered around the entire offense. It's Mike McDaniels. It's talking about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Achane. I feel like they talk about everybody but Tua, and I don't really know why. Because, dude, I have Tua. Tua's great. Uh-oh. What's that face? What's that face? Oh, there you go. There you go. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated.
Well, you've got Tua on, right? You've got Tua on.
Yep.
Let's just call Achan 4chan. You got Tua on and you got 4chan.
Jesus Christ.
Yes! The Dolphins are the most conspiracy-ridden team out there. Oh, my God. Achan has to change his number to number 4. Who wears 4 for the Dolphins? Give it to Achan, who's coming back this week, who I'm featuring in my power rankings. Tua's good. Tua gets overlooked. He's going to get overlooked. Dude, Tua could win 3 Super Bowls and people would still be like, I don't know how good he is. That's just going to be Tua. All right?
They are.
Tua is too precise. He makes too many easy throws. So nobody's ever going to give him the credit he deserves. But Devin Achan, before he got hurt, in just 3 full games, was averaging over 12 yards a carry, had 7 touchdowns in 3 games. 4 came to the Broncos, but 7 touchdowns. And he was getting into that conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then injury, we forget about him. Dolphins offense still good, and then the Dolphins lose to the Chiefs. And everyone's like, oh, the Dolphins offense is overrated. No, they played freaking one of the best defenses out there. And they're missing arguably their best offensive player, skill player, not named Tyreek Hill. So I'm very curious to see what Achan does for the Dolphins in his return, and he's going to be back. And aren't they playing the Raiders? Are they playing the Raiders?
They are. No, it's going to be such a bounce
So let's see if Max Crosby can do anything against 4chan.
So I actually, even though they're on a bye, I put the Dolphins back into the power rankings because Achan's coming back. And I was like, that is going to be such a nice wrinkle in that offense that now teams have to watch out for. It's all right, you want to cover Tyreek Hill? That's fine. We're going to give it to Achan. He's going to tear it up.
Yeah. And even you got Mostert and Achan, if they can both stay healthy. Remember last season, the Dolphins passing game was really, really good, but their running game was kind of...
They never ran the ball.
Yeah. And this year, that was the difference. They were running the ball well, and the passing game was still phenomenal. Dudes were still getting open. So they had it all clicking. And a big part of that was Achan's emergence. So we'll see. Obviously, again, it's week to week. Who knows how good he is after the injury, but 12 yards a carry through 3 games, that's nuts.
Yep.
It was 200 yards rushing, 101 yards rushing, and 151 yards rushing.
Yeah. Yeah.
On not that many carries. So.
Dude, I don't even know. I think it's Eagles 49ers from the NFC. I still think that those are going to be the 2 favors. And then AFC, it's Chiefs are probably still the safe option, but Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins could, if the Dolphins get that going and then they start rolling teams, be them too. I don't even know.
I hope it's the Lions in the NFC because I want an all diaper Super Bowl. Brandon. I want Lion. You remember Lions fans who are going to get CJ Gardner-Johnson back at some point, right? We had the blue masks for Detroit because
That's
of CJ.
crazy.
Right.
I thought he's out for the season. Is he not out for the season?
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought he was. It was also a long time ago. CJ Gardner-Johnson. Let's see.
Yeah, but he needs more attempts to go deep. I don't care what that says. My eyes
Just
say
he's,
different.
he's out indefinitely. Got it.
I want this, but I want adult diapers. Every Lions fan needs to show up to the game on Sunday
I'd say so.
wearing nothing but adult diapers. Okay?
I'd say so. I'm letting you just
Adult
go.
diapers, Tom.
Yep. No, I heard you.
If you are
I
a
heard
Lions
everything you
fan-
said, and I know it's because about that Dan Campbell said like everyone wear diapers because they're gonna be pooping themselves because of how good it's gonna be. I got you. I'm just letting you do what you're doing because like I don't. Yep.
Wear your diapers, if you don't, if you show up to the Lions game on Sunday and you're not wearing an adult diaper, you're not a Lions fan. You're not a Lions fan.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. How about we talk about the Broncos cheating? What about that?
Oh my! He has a burn from the ground on his hand.
And you're like, it's a spider bite.
Yeah. Well, they're spider tacked. I don't think that many Lions fans were actually even saying that. I just think that happens to be an aggregating account that has a lot of followers tweeting something ridiculous that forces a conversation that doesn't need to be had.
I did. Yeah, I
but
did.
my
I
point
did
about
see
Josh
that.
Allen, he needs to run more and even throw it deeper. Down 0.2 yards, it should be up 5 yards. Josh Allen should lead the league in yards per attempt, and it should be 20 yards a pass.
True story.
Okay? There we go.
Yeah, no. So, that's the thing too. This has been a conversation that started to erupt, at least on Packers Twitter, and that might just be a sphere that I'm in. But talking like sacks are not everything.
No,
like
he's
if
a
you're able to
disruptive
get
as hell.
constant like sacks are great. Sacks are the sexy number, right? But if you're able to get like constant pressure, like tackles for a loss, like all that stuff too, like that is really, really good.
Yeah.
So, and plus it might open up for another defender. Like that's why Chase Young being on that team, like for the 49ers, like you have Bosa and Young. Even if like Young starts stealing sacks from Bosa, who cares if they're both pressuring the quarterback, you know?
And that's what the Raiders defense needs. It's that the guy opposite Max
it
Crosby.
needs another guy.
They thought they had that with Chandler Jones, and then obviously like everything that happened before this season and Jones not being on the team, like I think that's hurt him.
You went down the Perna logic.
Chan equals touchdown. Touchdown equals 7 for Chan. 4 something 7. What number does he wear? 20. Oh yes, yes. I like diapers. What does Tom like?
Nope, that's not. I didn't even say it.
Brother on sister dragon sex. Callback. In case you guys weren't with us Monday night.
There you go, Nick. By the way, Perna still lost in all of his pick'ems, and so now it's 0-42.
You got 5K in Underdog?
That's pretty awesome.
Nick, give
You're
me
like,
half
I can't
of it.
win $5.
Yeah, I can't. Well, this is a great time to.
I love how the chat's like, it's getting a little late, guys. You gotta do that read.
Yeah. Underdog Fantasy, code GPS. Underdog. Look at that light they gave me.
Let's get sexy.
Let Underdog show you the light to Pick'em Victory, where you can 20x your money by stacking 5 different Pick'em plays. Nick won $5,000. I haven't lost that much, but I am over 40 straight losses with Underdog.
42 now.
You know, I try.
It's
not just Pick'em games. You can do fantasy games. They've got best ball tournaments, daily fantasy games, every sport. It's not just football. You got NBA, NHL, PGA for your golf heads, your golf ballers.
Yes.
Trying to see here. What do we got? Anything set?
Yep.
Don't have any NFL pick'ems ready for the week yet on my end.
Yes, the Browns 100% can still clinch a wild card spot. Absolutely. With that defense, absolutely.
Bam. Look at that. Happy Day Hoops. They've had the cutest names for their fantasy games as well. buzzer
I think the
beater, the pump fake, the sixth
pump fake is
man,
like you
the
thinking you're
layup
gonna win,
line,
and then you don't.
free throw, the dog bowl qualifier, the battle royale. Those are probably my favorite fantasy games to play every week. 6-person draft. All right.
It's gotta be Justin. It's
$5 entry, $200K in prizes. You're drafting against 5 other people, but you're playing the field. Okay. So just sign up with our code. Look how fast that filled up.
Use the code.
Bam.
Use
Second
the code.
pick. Ooh. Oh, let's see
Appreciate
here.
y'all.
Where's Achan?
Right there.
Probable. He's probable to play.
Yeah. He's like the window's open for him to return. I
He's
just
gonna
recorded
play.
predictions before this, and I had to go up and look. I was like, is he coming back? I'm pretty sure he's coming back. And yeah, he was designated like the window's open for him to come back.
Yeah. So see that's like, look, he's not. People aren't really looking to draft him number 1 right now.
Yeah.
But if you're picking at like 5 or 6, just
Oh,
take it. He might be a guy not a lot of people take yet, and he could win you your league this week. So
Yeah, what about
Underdog
you, Perna?
Fantasy, link description, code GPS. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. And if you're Nick, if your name is Nick, you might turn it into a lot more. If your name is Brandon,
No.
sign up with our code, make your deposit, and then just don't play.
We need Jess to do.
We'll have her do it. We'll have her do it this week.
It's starting to become a movement. We want Jess. We want GP Jess.
Tyreek Hill went first. Who do I take? Amon-Ra versus Chicago. Eckler versus Green Bay. McCaffrey versus Tampa Bay. CeeDee Lamb versus Carolina. You know what?
Eckler's probably gonna have a big game. He's going against the Packers. Warren had like almost 200 yards. So yeah, no.
Eckler.
Any
Boom.
running back that's in a slump will probably do better against the.
Damn it! I waited too long. It's selecting McCaffrey for me.
You read off the entire thing, and
Yeah, but I didn't see it hit 0. I wasn't watching the clock. I'm like Nathaniel Hackett.
We're waiting.
We'll do a Jess pick'em. We'll do a Jess pick'em.
Oh God,
yeah.
Christian Watson. Yeah, I hope he gets better, man. I gotta have the patience. Gotta have the patience. You know, it's a rookie deal right now, but yeah, it's it is frustrating to say the least. We actually, Brandon, I don't know if you know this, but we actually have a pretty good game on Thursday night.
Oh.
Bengals versus Ravens.
Oh.
That's what I said. And I was like, look at you. We got, do I dare to say 3 good primetime games? 2 should be really good. 1 should be good. Bengals, Ravens. Then you got Broncos, Vikings, who a lot of people wrote off and was like, this is going to be terrible, but it's probably going to be a good game.
No, that's going to be a good game.
And then you got the mother-loving Eagles versus the mother-loving Chiefs.
Primetime football's back.
Cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh, it's going to be wild. Oh, and I'll probably, yeah, I mean, it'll probably go for some extra weeks, Isaac. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. The saga is going to be great.
They just took
yeah,
H-N.
I know I did.
Bastards.
But, dude, like, both these teams need to win. Like, this is a big, especially now with Watson out, too. Like, Ravens are holding on to that number 1 spot in their division. But Bengals, like, they both had tough losses. Tough losses. But Henderson doesn't seem to be seriously hurt, which is good.
Yeah,
I don't think that makes him a lock for a wild card spot. The Steelers are like, Perna and I predicted. Perna, I think, said the Steelers would be out. They're the most, I don't know if this could be sustained team. They're being outgained in every single game. They're 6-3, which is really, really impressive. And their defense is good. I just don't know how sustainable that is.
Just took David Montgomery in Underdog. Revenge game against Chicago for David Montgomery.
It's true.
200 yards guaranteed. Okay,
That's
so
true,
Ravens Bengals Thursday night. The more I think about it, the more angry I get at the Ravens for blowing that game against the Browns, Tom.
Or DTR. I do too.
And
I dropped them.
Because
yeah.
Those Baltimore Ravens, what did they do in that game that made me so angry? They gave Keaton Mitchell 3 total carries. 3 carries, for a guy who the week before had 138 yards. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. It's unforgivable. It's a sin. And I expect them to lean on him in this game. Bengals, as long as they don't get cursed, they could be all right.
I feel like it might be the Steelers. It might be. Cowboys are up there because like they look really good against bad teams. And they did look good against the Eagles. Like that's why I'm giving them some credit there. I don't know, man. That's tough. The Steel, like just the math behind it. They shouldn't be 6-3. Like they're getting outgained in every single game. But
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
yeah, I don't know, man. Listen, Steelers got a Super Bowl. I don't know how the hell they're doing it. Just high-end talent and a whole lot of BS. That's it. Yeah, Lions number 2.
That's what I want. I know what I'm going to do. Please don't take my guy.
Oh, update the pro. Oh, can you show the Monday pick'ems that you did? Because we got to update the probability counter of you winning. You could just show your losses again.
Hold on. I got to make my draft pick here.
We'll get it. Oh, listen, I have no issues with the Steelers. I have no issues. I'm just saying that, bruh, like just statistically, mathematically, it's not pretty. It is not a pretty time.
Oh, God.
But
come on. No, you cocks. Oh, just ruined my plan. Did you take? Okay. Oh, you sons of guns. Fine, I'll take Devontae Adams.
It's high-end talent. And listen, oh no, spoilers for predictions. I have not gotten a single Steelers game right this year. And I picked the Steelers to win against the Browns. So
whoa.
Maybe. Sorry, Steelers fans, if that doesn't work out, I apologize. Yeah, that is true. I mean, he's also tried baseball. I'm pretty sure he's tried basketball. I don't know. Pardo's he's trying out here.
Okay. I got you. Okay, let's see.
Get Trey McBride and call it a day. We want to see your losses.
I want my quarterback. I need my quarterback.
Oh, no, he's focused on the draft. I don't even know what we're focused on right now.
All right, I got time. You
got all the time in the world. We just want to see that.
Let's see here.
I picked the Steelers because I think the Steelers are going to win. Every time I'm picking because I think they're going to win or lose. But I just can't get it right.
What are we looking at?
Yeah, that's what we want to say. The lot. There you go. I think it's 42 now, right?
Yeah, look at this. Josh Allen had to rush for that last touchdown. If they would have just given it to James Cook, I would have won my first one. I was so close on both. I went with Judy. If Russell Wilson doesn't underthrow Jerry Jeudy at the end of the game, he hits, and I win. This was the closest I've ever been, and I almost won on 2. So
almost, buddy. Almost. Hey, look, you've been getting pretty good, though. Like, the last few, you've only been getting 1, so I'm proud of you for that. Proud of you.
Live.
Well, Berto, what you got coming out today, buddy?
Where's my draft at? Hold on. Drafts, active, back in, 2 picks away. I will have power rankings coming up today. Ooh, Kyler Murray versus Houston. Justin Herbert versus Green Bay. Wow, is he going to go
versus Green Bay might do well. He might.
Howell versus the Giants? Ooh. You know what? I think I'm going to rock with Sam Howell, assuming this guy doesn't snake him from me.
I'm trying. I'm trying, Johnny. Okay, good. So he's got power rankings coming out.
Boom! Got him. Got my guy. Got Sammy Howell. Okay, yes, I do. I have power rankings. What do you have, Tom?
got predictions coming out today. And then maybe one other video, but predictions. So
nice.
Oh yeah. We're gonna rock, baby. We gonna rock. So oh my god. Yeah. Right? Eventually.
I'll get it. I'll get there.
Ooh, wide receiver, Godwin, Judy, or Cooks. Who are the Bucks playing again? I just looked at this. They're playing the 49ers. Oh.
I like Cooks.
Brandon Cooks?
Yeah. He had 173 yards this week.
Yeah, they're playing the Panthers. The Panthers, like, passing defense is not terrible. Yeah, maybe Cooks. Cooks might not be too bad.
Go Cooks.
You don't want to go with Judy against the Vikings? Or too streaky? Okay, too streaky, I guess. That's it. Yeah, Bearman, that is true. Wow, it'll be almost a full year since I've last predicted the Bears to win a game.
Yeah,
and I've only been wrong like not even a handful of times, which is the crazy thing. Like, bro, I've been wrong, what, 3 times? 3 times in a year. That's not bad. I'm just saying the pickup is pretty good.
Wow. You're on the day almost, huh?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I would stay away from Judy just because he had 3 receptions in that win over Buffalo. Like,
that's fair.
I just don't know if the Broncos are going to have high target receivers ever again with Russell Wilson.
We'll see. We shall see. I think we passed on that one, Edward. I'm pretty sure we passed on that one. Pretty sure. Oh, there you go. 4.73% chance to lose all 42 pick'ems so far.
Ooh.
Look at you, you outlier. You exception to the rule.
I cannot be stopped. I will make a new pick'ems on Friday on GPS. We'll come back.
But folks, we appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you so much for joining once again. We'll be back on Friday. And Perna, are we streaming Sunday night together?
I think so.
Yeah, right. We're streaming Sunday Night Football. Okay, cool. So you get another GPS After Dark. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brendan Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination.
Bye.
Jesus, now.